Am I live? You're a funny guy. Am I live? I'm attempting to go live. Yeah, baby. What's going on? I don't get it. All right, so I guess I'm live. I really don't know what else to do at the moment. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna put on a little music, man, because I like this particular tune, so I'm gonna run it. And yeah, we run some of it for a few minutes till I get this thing organized. That's a little loud. I didn't expect it to be that loud. I'm really trying to check out and make sure I got everything working. The mic is working. The
do it, then.
Is the audio working or what?
I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. She makes me feel alright.
So if you come into the I don't get this thing.
No surprise, turns me on with a love, takes me to paradise. Do you love me, Mary Jane? Yeah.
I'll be right back at you. You know I'm trying to get this thing organized. Because I want to talk about this tax thing, right? I think I put it in here. Maybe this is it.
I'm not the only one if Mary wanna play around. I let her have a fun. She's not the kind of girl that you can just tie down. She likes to spread a love and turn your head around. Do you love me, Mary Jane? I love her just the same. I love my
Okay, I'm getting it
baby,
together.
oh, Mary plays now.
Okay, I'm getting it together. I'll soon have it on. Let's run another something. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I get you. So it's 12:30, right? That's my birthday. 12:30. So I just figured I'd just throw this on real quick because I've been looking at the news and everything, television, YouTube, people talking and stuff. And I was like, wow, I'm listening to reaction of people. Hold on a second, I'm gonna turn that off. Yeah, if you hear, put something in the chat so I can see you in the chat and know you're here. I'll call you out or something. But if you came to the YouTube, then let me know. What they say, 2 people are watching. So hey, I'm just asking if you should come up to the YouTube. I know I have people who have subscribed. They might have gotten a notification and actually come up to the YouTube. I've also put in the YouTube the what's that thing called? The you know the link. Yeah, the link for the chat. So if you want to come in, stuff like that into the chat, you know, I hope I see you in the back room as you come in. But I did put the yeah, the link in the chat. I think it's in the chat. Check it now. Yeah, it's in the chat. So I suggest we start from there. And meanwhile, I'll go to this definition because that's what I was thinking about. I say I'm hearing all the news and this and that, and I'm watching all it. Like you know, I watch international stuff most of the time. So I'm listening to what everybody's saying and their responses and reactions over the past few days. And I realized that, well, I see anyway, that more people might start realizing that the what do you call it? The oh, the tariffs, because I put it in the definition of the description in the bottom of the YouTube. But tax is another word for tariff. I mean, tariff is another word for tax. And I've never seen people be so excited to be hit with a 25% tax by their own president. You know, when the item come in, let's make everything $100. When it comes now, he says he's going to put a 25% tariff on it. Well, that means when it come in, instead of you paying 100, you're paying now 125, and you think that's big balls. And you think, look, we're. I be, I be like, damn, I ain't never seen people. I see why he be laughing. It's a new grift, and people don't even catch it. It's a new grift. We're going to tax you 25%, 60%. Then we're going to get the other people to tax you another 60, 80%. We're taxing the hell out of the American citizen. And they like, yeah, man, we got balls, the American citizen. I like how he's doing that because we told them off. Hey, that's just so funny to me, man. Meanwhile, in a subtle way, because it's all a con game, right? In a con game, most of the time people say, we have to raise your taxes 12%. And you go, raise my taxes? Don't do that. But I go, the same story, right? I'm going to put a 12% tariff on the things that you buy. And you say, 12%? We got balls, man. See how we doing them? We doing them. But actually it's doing the consumer who buys it. And I'm listening to people. I go on different talk panels and stuff. Some of them I can't stand, man. The people are just, I can't get on that level. But some places I can go on repeatedly because the mind of the people is not so screwed up. And listen to what they say. I listen to the ones with the screwed up minds and what they're saying and how they're all emotionally involved and, you know, oh, this guy, that guy. And not realizing that every time someone puts a tariff on the good that you're buying, they're actually putting a tax on you. So when the oil comes in from Canada and there's a tariff on it, that's a tax to you, the person, the end receiver. And since we all know, people of my hue are reputedly not in charge of making stuff worldwide now, that the bottom line of any tax, tariff, or whatever you want to call it falls on the consumer, the one who is a consumer, not the producer. The producer passes that on to what? The consumer. So everything passes on to the consumer. So now we're being bombarded with taxes that are disguised as tariffs. This is like to confuse you. I didn't say taxes. I didn't say I'm raising your taxes 25%. I say I'm putting tariffs on them over there, 25%. So that when you buy your product, the same result happens. You got to pay 25% extra. you know, la-di-da, or don't buy it. But as a consumer, you have to buy everything, don't you? Now you see me, everybody know me, Wale, right? You see I wear these clothes, I make these clothes. There ain't no consumer in me. There's very little consumer in me. I even make my own papers to smoke my own weed because there's little consumer in me. I grow my own food, not all of it, but I grow enough that I could trade it out and go get some fish because I don't fish. So I take it out to the fishermen and trade for fish. Or I take, you know what I mean, trade. But meanwhile, I'm a producer. I produce papers, rolling papers, and I produce my clothes. All of them. The tie, the vest, everything. I just make clothes like sometimes I just get on a binge and start making up everything. As long as I got fabric, you know what I mean? And a working machine. Because I just got my machine back from what's the guy name? The guy that I deal with that repairs my machine. And I just got my machine back recently. And I still don't see. I know Molten Gator put the link in the chat, but I don't see it in the regular stuff. I tell you, yeah, I don't see it. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. But hey, yeah, I put the StreamYard in the chat. So okay, so let's get back to this thing. Taxes. So I'm watching people brag and stuff about these taxes that are referred to as tariffs because that's a con man's dream. That I could sell you something and you don't even know what I'm selling you. So that's like really it's a lot like health insurance. Because I was around before health insurance was mandatory. Matter of fact, I had just gotten into the a space. I just gotten back into the U.S. when health insurance was becoming a thing. It wasn't even mandatory at the time. It was just becoming a thing. And the guy told me his wife was a nurse, and I don't know what he was, but I mean, he was the manager of the place I was working at. And he told me, he said, while they get into this health insurance thing, man, it's about to go over like crazy. And he explained it to me how it works. And I was like, that's a big con. He said, I know, but it's about to make crazy money. And I didn't get into it because I don't like conning people. And now it's making crazy paper. And most of y'all who are listening to me or happen to listen to this broadcast, because I do broadcast, one who happens to listen to this broadcast is going to say, wow, there was a time when you didn't have to have health insurance. Yeah, there was. And through your whole life, you've had to have health insurance as a mandatory thing. We didn't even have auto insurance as mandatory. Imagine that, at a time. And then auto insurance became mandatory. That's another beat, man. Auto insurance, man. That's just, ooh, that's crazy paper right there. That's crazy paper. That's a lot of money. Auto insurance. You get put a couple of dollars if you're investing. Put that stuff in auto insurance, man. It makes money. Because, they got a method to keep the money. It's like, okay, gambling. If you got money in Caesar's palace, you got money because Caesar the house always wins. That's the basis of all insurance. The house always wins. You could come there and gamble, put in your money, and then when it's time for you to collect, they tell you all kind of stipulations you gotta have and hoops you gotta jump through to collect. And sometimes on a good day, they'll just bring you out the money and say, here you go, with a smile, have the camera crew around and everything. Because it's an opportunity. It's a photo op. It's a way to get more customers. That's what that's how I played it. When I had to pay off, I would have everybody around and see me pay. See, I pay people, man, when they and then more people would come. That's how you get more customers. But I'm just saying, this a con, no matter how you do it. And then at the end of the day, the house always wins, right? So the house is making the money because next year you got to pay the next premium again and la di da, and you ain't had no accidents. I've been driving. For a long time. I've had one since automobile became the thing. I mean, automobile insurance became the thing. I haven't had one accident. I've been paying automobile insurance the whole time. Haven't had one accident. Yes, I did. A guy ran into the back of my vehicle at a stoplight because his foot slipped off the brake. He hit the back of my vehicle, and it was almost no damage. So I just say, hey, man, forget it. My foot slipped off the brake. I know how that goes. No, I'm not trying to pressure people for that. And it was almost like no damage. So I left it alone. And the guy say, "Oh yeah, well here's $1 or something." But the auto insurance though I pay every year. Hmm? And I ain't never collected. That's most people never collect. And so all that money just goes down the drain, down the drain, down the drain into the house bank of to the bank account of the house. The house always wins. This is how it goes, baby. Come on. So now this a new con called tariffs. It's the same like taxes, but it hits different, as they say. It hits different. So now I say, well, I'm gonna charge you a 25% tax to bring for you to get this or whatever, la di da. And you say, okay, well, fair. I just come pick it up myself. Yeah, because I can beat that 25. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the price is 100 because we're gonna keep everything at the price of 100 because I don't like to be all that other stuff. A gallon of gas is 100, and say, oh, why is a gallon of gas going up? Oh, because we tariffs, something, whatever they're gonna say, taxes, because most of it is taxes anyway. Taxes, and you say, okay, well, get our taxes down. Okay, I'm gonna lower your taxes because you got taxes, right? This is the price of the item. I'm gonna lower your taxes, right? And then I'm gonna raise the price of the item. So you still gotta pay well your taxes are even more. Take 12% taxes down. We're gonna take the 12% taxes go down, and the price goes up 60%. You'll figure it out however you want to. But when you're the consumer, all you concerned about is this thing up here, the price being up here, that you have to pay out of your pocket to get the thing you want. And then you can sit around all glazed eyes and say, "Oh, this is wonderful. We kicking ass. We are bad." Yeah. You're being con, baby, by a con man. The man's a con man from the J Street. He's a con man. I learned con. I know what con looks like. I learned from con men who did con. That's what they did. Con people. I know what con looks like. Come on, man. I learned con, all different kinds of con. I learned con when I was a little child. They started teaching me con. In a formal setting, the dude would have in the backyard little seats and stuff like we were at school. All right, like we were we were in class. His name was Digger Newton. People from my hometown know about, well, they're old enough. They know about Digger Newton, right? Digger Newton was a piece of work, man. Digger Newton had us all those little kids, about 5 of us, because we hung out in age groups, you know. And we all in the classroom. We got chairs, whatever we can get, and he up there teaching us how to steal, how to con, and how to be, you know, do other things like be invisible, and just, you know, different things. And for little children, we were little children, man. I think I was like 5 when I was going to class with Digger Newton. I was no good at stealing though. We found that out immediately. I was just no good at stealing. I wasn't good at con either because my what you call it, my morals aside, I don't like conning people. You know what I mean? A fair deal. Now I'll charge you a lot for my work, but that ain't conning you. You ask for, like you say, hey man, I like that tie. I want my. I'll charge you a lot for my work. You should go on over to what they call Home Depot or somewhere and buy a tie, man. Because I ain't gonna give you no Home Depot prices or whatever you used to prices. I'm gonna give you my price. If you either buy it or don't buy it, but ain't no con involved. The thing with my wraps, my papers of the smoke herb, I was out selling them the other day, right? I went to the Bob Marley Beach for the first time. I had never been to the Bob Marley Beach. Over they call it 9 Mile, and over on that side by Kingston. And I had never been there before. So now I'm over in the place, right? Showing my little papers and stuff. And the guy said, how much? I tell him how much. He said, that's expensive. I say, I know. What am I supposed to do? I ain't conning nobody. It's expensive. You're not going to be able to sell as many because it's so expensive. I'm like, okay. I ain't got no problem with that. But the value of my product speaks for itself. I ain't got no problem with it on that tip. You understand? So what I'm saying is when a tax hits you, recognize it as a tax. When a con man runs a con on you and you being con, the bigger the con, the better the con. More people will believe it because they believe it's not a con. Because they be thinking, it can't be a con. It's too big. Somebody would have busted it. Well, people busting it all the day, but it's still getting bigger as a bigger con. Like what's that stuff called? Crypto. Crypto is a con. Crypto, Bitcoin, all that stuff is a con. It's all in the head of the people. Crypto is a thought that I'll sell you for $100. Now you sell it for 120. He sells it for 130. He sells it. And then more people buying it, more people selling it. It's big like it's a thing, but it's not a thing. It's a thought. It's a click. It's not even, it's not even a thing. It's an idea. And people I hear this idea of having, check me now, the idea of having a Bitcoin, the idea of thinking, oh, I got a Bitcoin. That's what I was saying about the mind earlier in one of my videos. The mind, man, it's easy to trick the mind, man. You can trick the mind all day long. The mind is like stupid, okay? But the self is not. But the mind runs things, and the mind runs stuff on fear, greed. All of them things affect the mind. Oh, I'm supposed to do it the German way. Fear and greed and, desire. That's how the mind works under those things. That's why they say, oh, make them afraid of you. They'll do what you want. Ain't nobody trying to work on no Oh, when they love you, they'll help you more. They know doggone well. When they love you, they'll walk away quick because they nothing invested but love. But when they fear you, they ain't walking away too quick because you got something on them. You see what I mean? So I'm just saying, y'all check it out. A tariff is a tax. We all know that, and that's all I wanted to say. So if y'all good, I'm good. Hey, and we'll do this again next time. One love. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Bam.